Hi guys, welcome to Champions Chat. I'm going to go and interview one of the recent seasonal playoff champions of the Cosmic Creation seasonal playoff of Legends of Runeterra and the SEA Shard. And again, you probably know him from seeing him all over your Twitter feeds, all over your Twitch, all over your Facebook. And here's a photo of him right now. If you haven't seen him yet, it's, of course, MisterBear. So he sent this picture over. He has fun facts about himself. He's 190 centimeters. It's a bit tall for a nation. And what has he accomplished? Southeast Asia seasonal top 8, Fight Night, EU number 4, top 2, Duels of Frontera 10.5, top 4. But recently, you have seen him play and get the top spot as a champion for the Cosmic Creation seasonal playoffs at the Southeast Asia Shard, winning about 10,000 US dollars. And without further ado, let us welcome Mr. Bear. Hey dude, Mr. Bear, how are you doing, man?
Hey man, I'm doing great.
Well, we have seen your name, of course. Your name is, of course, we know you, Mr. Bear. But of course, we'd like to know first the real Mr. Bear. What's your real name and age?
My name is Marcus and I'm age 18 this year.
Oh, yeah, we saw that. 18 this year, earlier this year, or
Oh no, it's later on this year.
okay. So yeah, it's actually really inspiring, especially for the new players, or the upcoming young players of Legends of Runeterra, that they see that there's already an 18-year-old who got the seasonal championship trophy, and also it's kind of mortifying for us guys who are a bit older. And what am I doing with my life? And I'm not already a champion at 18, right? So it's actually really also inspiring as well. But we want to see your roots, Mr. Bear. Where did you go to high school and college? Or where do you go to high school or college? Or are you still in high school? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's different there in Singapore.
Yeah, I mean I'm still studying and it's in like something like high school right now. It's like equivalent to a high school right now
Oh no.
that I'm studying in.
Yeah, that's so cool, dude. And it's like when I look at you, it's like okay, this is a prodigy, guys. This is at this. If I was this young and I went competitive, I wouldn't even reach this kind of level of gameplay. But since you're in high school, you're probably thinking what course you're gonna get in college. What do you aspire to be when you're older?
For now, I'm still not decided on anything yet, and
Yeah.
I'll be open to many pathways in the future.
Oh yeah. So, anything that you're considering? Maybe what's near and dear to your heart? What maybe what's the closest thing that you or closest occupation that you want to have?
Yeah, I mean the new hot trend right now would be like in computer science. So
Yeah.
I would maybe like to do like something in with computer science.
Oh
That would
yeah.
be really cool.
Yeah. It's actually a trend ever since, of course, my time as well. We back in high school, computer science was still a trend. Should have rode that train, right? Because what we are using right now are what those guys have been programming over the past years. Maybe it's still going to be the trend over the next coming years. So that's one of the aspirations of Mr. Bear. But let's look into the origins question. I just knew you, of course, as Mr. Bear here in Legends of Runeterra. But I was wondering if you have had any other IGNs or in-game names before and how you ended up with the IGN now, Mr. Bear, right? And also, I noticed in Discord that your avatar is one of my daughter's favorites. We Bear Bears, the Ice Bear, right? He's like talking over his under his voice, like Ice Bear's gonna cook now, like Ice Bear's gonna go to his ref,
Yeah.
something like that, right? So, what's the origin story behind Mr. Bear, dude?
Yeah, I've been using like Mr. Bear as a IGN for my like when I play League of Legends. So I mean, I just converted it to Legends of Runeterra when I started playing it. Yeah.
Oh,
Then
but
for my
yeah,
avatar,
Yeah.
I think I mean I chose Ice Bear because like everyone loves Ice Bear and like he's just a really cool dude, and I mean
Yeah.
I want to be like him.
Ice Bear is actually really, really cool, guys. If you guys don't know, Ice Bear is one of the We Bear Bears, one of the three guys, right? There's Grizz,
Yeah,
there's Panda, and there's Ice Bear. You should watch We Bear Bears, guys. It's actually not just for kids. It's actually I'm actually watching it with my daughter, and it's like, okay, this is not for kids. This is actually for older kids. The themes are and the jokes are for older kids, and also the feels, right? Yeah, the feels of Ice Bear. It's actually the coolest one of them all. And anyway, of course, you picked one of the coolest and most gentle type of IGNs I've seen in LOR, and also very very low key as well. But we want to know that LOR discovery story that you had. LOR has been officially launched in Singapore back in March 2020. I remember that time people were asking me use a VPN and use your PC so that you can access the Singapore server and play the Legends of Runeterra. And I said no, I'm gonna wait until it releases in the Philippines, right? But
yeah.
before LOR, Mr. Bear, can you tell us what CCGs you've been playing and please describe your journey on how you got to discover Legends of Runeterra?
Yeah, so before Legends of Runeterra, I haven't really played any CTGs or TCGs at all. I mean, I've always like enjoyed watching other people play it, but I mean, I haven't
Oh
really
no.
touched any CTGs before.
Oh my
But
god.
like it was because of League of Legends. Like I mean, I play League of Legends, and Legends of Runeterra is based upon League of Legends. That's how I stumbled upon the game and started playing it.
Dude, you're just breaking my heart, man. You haven't played any CCGs, not even paper card games? No? Is it a no for paper card games, Mr. Bear?
Yeah, I haven't
Oh,
played.
oh no. Dude, that just says how good you are in terms of strategizing because I've been playing card games for like I don't know 6 years, the digital card games. The paper card game I went and played it when I was elementary. That was like 20 years ago, and I'm still not good at it. So if you're really good at it when you just started, is it? Have you been playing it for over a year or under a year?
Yeah, it's been about a year since it launched, and I've been playing since it launched. So yeah, around a year.
But did you get to play even before beta or during beta?
Yeah, it was when beta launched in Singapore. That
Oh,
was when I first started.
wow. It's actually really, really interesting that we are seeing Mr. Bear and he's saying that he's been playing a bit around a year and he's already garnered one of the highest positions for Legends of Runeterra. Wow, that's actually a wow moment right there, guys. So let's just move on. It's just I don't want to hear more of Mr. Bear's under a year championship story because I've been playing it for around a lot, like nearly a decade, and I'm not nowhere near his level. And I want to ask, do you have any clan or club for Legends of Runeterra? And follow up question: can you tell us why you think it's important to join such groups like these?
Yeah, so now I'm currently playing under the Madman, which is a team like based in Europe with most of its members in Europe.
Yeah,
And I think it's important to join like such teams so that you have like good practice partners or like
yeah,
some friends to just like give you advice when you like practice together. And like I mean, sometimes when you find a new deck and you want to ask like, is this deck good or is this deck bad, and like what good matchup does this deck have, or what bad matchups this deck have. It'll be like good to like have other people surrounding you with like knowledge, being able to help you, so that like you're not alone in like trying to play in a tournament.
that's right. That's right. It's actually really, really an interesting insight that you said there. You've been playing with the EU region and or EU players in the Madman clan and or club. So it's actually really, really good because I've been seeing a lot of players in the groups and they've been asking, is this good? Can you optimize this? Or can you give me other opinions to make this deck work? Right, Mr. Bear? That's
Yeah.
that's the interaction that we're looking for when we're getting into clubs, right?
Yep.
And in the club, which one is your best sparring partner or let's say coach or deck architect?
I think for the team, I think all of them are really good players, and like whoever is available, they'll be like down to help. So like it's always good, and like I don't think that like you can call out like someone which is like the best out there, and I think like every single one of them is like really really good.
Mm.
And yeah, for my favorite deck archetype, I like playing like mid range and combo-ish stuff.
Oh yeah, but yeah, the deck archetype that you like is mid range and combo, right? But in
Yeah.
terms of deck makers, do you have any uh, good deck makers from the Madmen team that you can recommend?
I don't think most of them like make original decks by themselves, but like they're good at like editing decks and like packing decks specifically for like matchup.
Yeah,
And I think a few of them in there does it well.
that's right. It's actually I've noticed this in most of the players that have been playing Legends of Runeterra. There are a few who would like to start with a deck and share them, and then most of the players would actually go chime in on how to make that deck the best deck that it can be. Right? It's like a hive mind. Do you agree?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
So you said something about tournaments, Mr. Bear, and I have one tournament preparation question. A lot of the time, going into the tournament, a pro player has to prepare, right? And how do you prepare
yeah.
for a tournament? And approximately how many hours or days go into preparing for one?
So for the playoffs that I played in the top 32 playoffs, I spent like the whole week preparing for the tournament,
Yeah.
like the whole week before. So it's like every night I'll be like finding someone to practice with me or like someone to talk to help me with my lineup for the seasonals. So like every day I'll spend like around 3 to 4 hours. So like
Okay.
for the whole week I spend like about 20 hours
Yeah.
approximately to prepare for the top cut. Yeah.
No, that's actually really, really nice that you prepared like 3 to 4 hours every day. That's like exercising, but for your brain, right? It's actually really good, guys. You have to put in a lot of hours. But Mr. Bear, I would like you to chime in on this. Have you heard of the 10,000 hours to get to the most highest level of expertise in a certain field? Have you heard that saying?
Yeah, I've heard of that saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually good that you put in the hours to get to that 10,000 hours, and even if you're still not yet there, just logging on more of the hours gives you a chance to achieve perfection earlier or achieve a higher level of mastery earlier, and that's what Mr. Bear is telling us right now. Just 20 hours per week actually is a good time in to master or to get the best type of gameplay or best type of decks or deck archetypes in going into a tournament. But I have another question for you. Let's go back to the Cosmic Creation seasonal playoffs. Um, I was thinking Mr. Bear was not having a hard time playing against his players, but I'm guessing there is one player for you who was the most difficult in the latest seasonal playoffs for Legends of Runeterra called the Cosmic Creation seasonal tournament. Why? Who was
Yeah.
this and why?
Yeah, I think for my semi-finals match, the one where I played, I think my opponent was the most difficult because like he brought like 3 counter decks to Targon, and
Yeah.
I had to like play really well in order for me to win. And like I almost lost to like a single mushroom draw,
Yeah.
and I got pretty lucky there. And I managed to pull through like into the finals, and yeah, I think that match was really really tough for me. And after winning that match, I felt really good, and I went into finals with like a very good feeling, and that's how I ended up on top.
Yeah, that's actually a good insight there as well. It's I actually saw that match. You were actually not favored in the sense because you were one puff cap draw away from losing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So oh man, that was actually really really cool. And yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, that was probably the toughest for you, and that you were actually going to be one loss away. I think, if I remember correctly,
yeah,
one
yeah,
loss away, right?
yeah. I would have been out of the finals already.
Yeah, out of the finals. And yeah, but of course, a lot of players are actually achieving or aspiring to be a Legends of Frontera pro player, Mr. Bear. So, what would you advise for those aspiring pro Legends of Runeterra players?
Yeah, I think for aspiring players, like the first and most important thing is to like have a community of people where you can work with or like are comfortable with. I think that's the most important step to take if you want to be like competitive, because like you always need a group of people to like practice with you, and without the practice, I think it's really hard for like an individual to just like go out there and be competitive. And after that, I think like you always need to like put in practice into your craft. Like if you want to like be able to play like decks that you haven't played before, well, you have to like put in time to learn the deck and like time to practice the deck.
That's right.
Yeah,
So again, you heard it from Mr. Bear, guys. Have a group of friends or like-minded people, or even people with a good opinion or a unique opinion on the decks that you're going to play, and just keep on practicing. So surround yourself with those people who can help you get better, right, Mr. Bear? And
yeah,
then practice, practice, practice. Like Mr. Bear, at least 20 hours a week for a great and big tournament. And last question, of course. Do you stream Legends of Frontera?
yeah. I do stream like occasionally, like depends on when I'm free, but like most of the time I'm not really free nowadays, so I rarely stream. But yeah, I still try to stream on like some days where I'm free.
And yeah, of course. And you said you stream. Can you promote your socials for us so that where can we follow you? Where can we follow Mr. Bear over at social media?
Yeah, so like there's two places where you can follow me from. One is Twitch and the other is Twitter. And for Twitch it's twitch.tv/, MisterBear, and for Twitter it's twitter.com/MisterBear.
So it's the same right there below you, right? At Mr. Bear LOR, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Okay. So you can follow him at twitch.tv/Mr. Bear LOR and twitter.com/Mr. Bear LOR. Those are his socials, guys. And again, do you have any last words to say to our audience who are watching, who want to be inspired by the Cosmic Creation Seasonal Playoffs champion SEA Shard, Mr. Bear?
yeah, yeah. I think like everyone in like that plays Legend of Runeterra that aspires to be a pro, like all of you like have a really good chance of making it there, because like I started from like nowhere as well, and like I slowly made my way up there, and any one of you can also make your way up there as long as you dedicate time and effort into the game. So I wish you guys all the best, and I hope to see you guys in like ranked games or in tournaments in the future.
That's right. And if you do see Mr. Bear at the rank games, do take a screenshot and post it on Twitter and tag him at Mr. Bear LOR. Look, I fought against Mr. Bear and lost, and most likely lost. And again, thank you, Mr. Bear, for giving us your time and
Yeah,
interviewing you for Champions Chat. You have been a good guest for us. Thank you again, and congratulations again for winning the Cosmic Creation Seasonal Playoffs as a
Yeah.
champion for the Southeast Asia Shard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
This has been and again, this has been Excelsior PH for Champions Chat, and with our guest, Mr. Bear LOR. Thank you and goodbye.